Hi guys, welcome back on this channel, Dorota, Palicka, International Nail Artist and Educator, and today we are going to do a very simple kind of look on the natural nails. It is really unusual for me to having my natural nails, but since I was doing some removal, I thought I will show you how to do a French manicure with the gel polish on top of the natural nails. And this set I think looks really cute and simple on the shorter nails. You can have a wee preview in here. Yeah, so I will show you step by step how to recreate this look, and I hope you really enjoy watching this tutorial. If you're new in here, hit the subscribe button. There is lots of tutorials, actually a few hundred right now, so you've got quite a lot to catch up on. And if you're an existing subscriber, thank you so much for your comments, likes and shares. Let's start. So I'll show you it again, like all natural nails. And yeah, so that's my nails after wearing like probably about 10 years extensions. They're not too bad, I would say. And I have just done a French manicure gel polish, and I will show you step by step how to achieve this look on the natural nails. So that's my natural nail. I have just removed the nail extensions from it. And first step before I start doing anything is, especially on the natural nails, is take a drop of the blue scrub. That's a nail dehydrator, and I'm going to clean it. And the reason for it is there might be some oils on the nail plate, and we don't want to rub those oils in with the next procedure. You can also see it, the wipe is not as clean. So that means there was some dirt and a dust. And if you would take a file and start filing it, you would actually massage those oils into the nail plate, and we don't want that. My next step is to push back the cuticles for a natural nails. Gel polish application, so pretty strong, but not like hurting. If you don't have an e-file, you would take a knife from the cuticle pusher and remove any cuticle which is on the nail plate. Okay, so this white stuff which is coming off, this is a cuticle which is on the nail plate. This is a nail fold, and you don't want to remove anything from that because it's causing a scarring tissue. So remove any cuticle. But if you've got the e-file, you would do it with the e-file, and I'm actually going to do it a little bit with the e-file. So I'm going to use the K38 file and cuticle bead. I've got lots of different ones, and I like to work with the kind of slightly pointy ones. I'm not the fan of the balls for this part of preparation of the nail. And I put it on the low settings, so say about 12. And now going to remove any cuticle from the nail plate. Okay, and this is more precise than the cuticle pusher, much more precise. Put it into the reverse and do the other side. Okay, you can also clean the nail folds a little bit as well. So my e-file is into the reverse, and now I'm just cleaning a little bit the nail folds. Once this part is done, I can put my e-file machine on the side, and I can move on into the next step. So clean all this mess away. Okay, and we've got nice clean cuticles. And then take a file. I like to use 180 grit for a natural nail, and we need to reshape it. So we need to file the free edge. And French manicure looks its nicest for a 1/3. The white to be 1/3 and the pink to be 2/3. So that's just about the right, so that you've got two pink sides and 1/3 for the French. So I'm just going to straighten up this nail, file it nice and straight, check the other point of view, and then you can see the natural C-curve is a little bit offside, but I want to get rid of those sharp corners. So I'm just gently filing and rounding off those corners. Like, I don't want them to be too sharp. File a little bit on the other free edges as well, just so you've got the scratches everywhere and your gel polish is going to stick in really nice. Then 180 grit, and we are going to give it a couple scratches to the area around the cuticle. Just a couple scratches, because this is the area where there might be any lifting if we do it wrong. and then swap to the buffer. It is a gel polish application, remember guys, it's not an extension application. The prep is different for those two forms. And then the buffer is a 100 grit buffer. And you can see it, it's really taking off the shine from my natural nail. Okay, so I'm really taking off the shine from my natural nail. Correct the free edge even more. Clean any bits and pieces which might be underneath of the nail, because that's my cause lifting. If there is any stuff, any parts of the nails, this is going to peel your gel polish off. Take a brush, clean it again, and check for any more shiny places. So I'm just going to touch it up, clean it, and then take a blue scrub, which is a nail dehydrator again. So this is my nail prep. There is no shiny places, and it don't need to have like lots of scratches. It don't need to be overfiled for the product to last. Okay, clean it with the nail dehydrator, and it's best to hear the squeaky noise. Look for that. Some people got a goosebumps on those noise. Then my next step is to take a nail prep, and that's an extra dehydrator, and just apply it on the entire nail plate. Now this is going to be controversial subject for those of you who have been trained in the gel polish, but this is my technique which make the gel polish to last really ages. So I'm just waiting for the gel polish to dry, for the nail prep to dry, and then we are going to apply a first step of the gel polish, which is a so-called base gel. So I'm just taking a drop of the base gel and apply it on the natural nail. Then take a sponge, and with this sponge I'm going to massage this base into my nail plate. You have to do it so you don't touch the cuticles, but you're really rubbing it into the nail plate, cupping the free edge, so you've got hardly any base in there. Cook it in for 10 seconds. That's good. That will give you a perfect adhesion of the product to the natural nail plate, and it's also going to be cured really well because it's so thin application. And for my nails, I have been always using this technique and then straight away into gel polish application. So this amount of the base would be absolutely enough. Like I would just paint the fringe, but just in case, like if there are some people which are tough learn through the usual way, you will just apply the base with the brush. And I'm just going to show you this technique as well. So you'll take a small amount of the base gel and just apply it through the entire nail plate. I'm not the fan of this technique, but I will do it for the clients which got really big nails, and for clients which got really beautiful nails, I would only apply the base with the sponge technique, and then I would soak off those nails. I wouldn't file them because there is hardly any product on them. And then we are going to cure the base gel and close the product. Tic Tac white, and that's 173. And for a fringe to look nice, we need to prep our brush. So when you're prepping your brush, you don't want to have huge product in. So when you pick up the brush, like there's lots of product in there, you want to clean all this excess of the product. And this is the amount of the product as plenty for you to do a nice fringe, okay? I'm just going to show you that, but before we move to that, we need to remove some excess of the inhibition layer from the base. Otherwise, we are not going to get a nice results. And that's probably where lots of you guys might have a problems with the gel polish running into the cuticles or not giving a really nice results. Okay, I've got the gel brush, which is dry. Clean it well on the dry piece. And you can see the base gel is really shiny and it has lots of inhibition layer. And this is making really difficult to paint nice, and is making the gel polish to slide and run into the cuticles. So you take a dry brush, and with this dry brush, you remove the excess of the inhibition layer. You cannot remove it completely because the gel sticks in only to the rough or to the shiny surface. So just a little bit of it. And then take your fringe. And now we are going to paint a beautiful fringe. So clean my brush. And you need to get the starting point, okay? So starting point is a couple of the shakes. and then we are just going to paint it. Nice and slim at the corner of the smile line. And you want the smile line to be really nice and smiley. Same pressure. And if you lift your brush, you need to go back to the place before you have started. So you don't start there, you just go back. Very thin layer. And then just the corner of your brush, pull the nail folds down to do the other side of the smile line. Smooth it out and then cure it. You want to do it 2 very thin layers. So I'm just going to cure it. Don't try to make a French in a 1 layer, because white is so highly pigmented that if you would apply too thick layer, it will don't cure properly and then it will really chip. So it's better to go in 2 extremely thin layers. And the first layer is the most difficult one, because that gives us a guide for the French smile line. And once we've got this first one, the second one is much easier, and it gives a more beautiful results as well, because we've got something to follow, so we just try to perfect it. So I'm cleaning my brush again, and we are going to do the second layer. Obviously, the shorter the nails, the easier it is. This is a little bit long for a French manicure. Then cap the free edge and cure it. And I wouldn't do it any longer like for a natural nails for a French manicure, because then you would need to use the cover gel. Too long, like too much white, just doesn't look even attractive. Okay, now we are going to use the see-through pink. It's like really see-through one, and it just gives us nice and healthy look to the nails. And I do it on top of the French, but you have to do it with the technique where you apply a little bit more product on your pink part and hardly any product on your white, because if you apply it too thick, you are going to make shadows in your white. Of course, you could do it the opposite way, but then it is more difficult to paint the French when there is too much of the product and when there is any thickness of the product, because sometimes it might be hard to lie and distribute the gel polish evenly. So if you would apply this, if there will be any places where you've got a little bit more, the French would go uneven. That's why I prefer it to do it on the base. Okay, so apply it more into your pink part, right up to the smile line. And now clean your brush, and whichever you've got left, just brush it on top of the French, but hardly anything. Cap your free edge. And fussy, there is something there. And then give it a cure. Close the product. And then our last step, which is just to apply the top coat, and I'm going to use the High Shine No Wipe Top Gel to finish this look. So nothing overly too complicated, but you need to practice the smile lines, like, and working with the corner of the brush is best. Like always for a gel polish, I use the brush from the bottle. Of course, you could do it like I do it for a paint on French gel with the angular brush, but I think it's just no need for that really, because it's such a short French. So High Shine No Wipe Top Gel, wipe the excess of it, and now we are just going to apply the top coat on the entire nail, like very close to the cuticle. Split the brush, cap the free edge. Same in here, very close to the cuticle, cap the free edge. Like check also how the top coat is reflecting in the light to get a really nice finish. And that's our French manicure done. I'm just going to cook it and show you the final look. So it is a little bit different tutorial, like obviously you guys seeing my natural nails, because normally I love those long coffin-shaped nails, and that's why I didn't like my previous set in white nails, because my natural nails have been far too long to make the extensions look nice. But I'm just going to quickly cook it and then apply the final step. And this is a really important tip I'm going to give you as well. For those ones who have watched this tutorial right to the end, you always get a wee hint and tip, which the other people are not going to know because they have left the video already. So I'm just going to grab some baby wipes, and they are just kind of biodegradable baby wipes. So top coat 60 seconds cure in LED light, and then it gives a really nice high shine. That's the 60 seconds gone, and now wait, 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 don't touch it. If you touch it too soon, the top coat didn't cool down yet, and then it might go not as shiny. So you have to wait a little bit for a really high shine results. And then once the top coat cool down, I usually would clean my desk or do something in between to don't lose the time like on waiting. And then you can clean it on top of it once the top coat cools down and apply the cuticle oil. Doing too soon is going to make your nails really dull. And same when you're removing and when you're working with the top coat which has inhibition layer, again you would wait for the top coat to cool down, then remove the inhibition layer, and then you will have a really nice and shiny nails. Okay, so once the top coat is cooled down, it is okay to touch it, and like obviously the clients are going to wash the hands and apply cuticle oil daily as well. So, and now I can just massage it in, and that's the finished look. So yeah guys, hope you have really enjoyed watching this tutorial on the French manicure on top of the natural nails. They're actually really good and strong. Yeah, glittery hacks, and bye for now.